Hello, comrades. It's Premier River, and I am back again. And we are the town of building gravel roads. I have been a little bit busy, not too much between the episodes, but I got the rest of this paved, which I didn't think would be too exciting. I did get a comment during the premiere that someone didn't like the fact that I would cut and not show all the construction, but I think it's too much for YouTube. I think there's quite a few people out there that don't want to see too many hours of the construction, which is what it will take to get all of this stuff done. But I do appreciate the sentiment. It's one of the reasons I love the game. So, yeah, if you really want to see all of the nitty gritty construction and these guys going out there doing their thing, then you're probably going to have to buy the game if you don't already own it and watch it, because I just can't see putting all of that. I had 250 episodes. I'd have had 750. Right? So, in any event, here we go. We're getting the construction done, and I wanted to keep working on our town a little bit. And at one point, I leveled this out and said, "Wait, what are you doing? You need to wait for YouTube." So here we are back again. Let me show you the wireframe. And what I was thinking of is we had our nice straight road across here, and then I had planned on paving this up to our lumber mill up in this area. And so I had more or less leveled this out so I could put a road in, and I would still like to do that. So let's kind of shoot this road. Well, you know what? It's probably easier to go for the other side, right? Get it to be greenish. Come on, I saw you green. All right, there we go. So we'll have a nice road that our wood will come down. So let's commit to that so they can get building on it as soon as possible. And then cancel road tool. Look, I'm using the hotkeys. Yeah, I don't know why. I did get a comment about, well, you would think with you playing Space Engineers, you'd be used to using that. I don't know. My brain just goes back to these instantly. I'm not sure why. I guess it's when you learn something new. Here, look, I'll use it a second time. No promises from this point forward. But there we go. Now, Dennis also had a good suggestion that there is a mod, and by the way, I had it in my mod packs already, that would lift up. Let's see, I actually went so far, so hopefully I'll remember. We have this conveyor, one in and one out. Isn't that a pretty cool mod? And then there's a whole bunch of them, like different railroad, and I mean, they're all the same concept. This one does like 3 in and 3 out, which is really probably pretty useful for some other reasons. And I don't think I have anything else up in the toolbar. But the other thing I did, and I wish there was a way I could show you the mods in-game, but I just went through each of the mods. I added a few more of them. Like, I got some suggestions. I got one from Death Dragon, who I want to give a big shout out to for giving me links. And if you don't give me links in the suggestion, maybe try to give me the exact name, because sometimes, it's hard to find them on the Steam page, and I appreciate that. It just saves me some time, and you don't have to do it, but if I can't find it, I just may move on at that point. So, in any event, I went and recorded for like 30 seconds or less each of the mods page. I'm going to stick that at the very end, okay? So if you're watching the end of the video and you just see that mod page thing pop up, and I'll try to remember to put a link in the description, or not a link, but just a note in the description that's where you can find all of the mods. So I don't know that I'll do it every video, but I'll at least do it on the ones that I add. And if you guys ever have a question about a mod, just leave it in the comments, and I'll try to let you know. Now, another thing, there's always something else in Workers and Resources. I've been having a problem with the kindergarten staffing. So I would think I would like to, like right now it's not too bad, but if we come up here and look, 14 workers can't go because there's no kindergarten. And I've been looking, and we're not really getting many teachers in here. And that's another thing that I really kind of want to get fixed. And I was looking, we only have 23 of them left. So another mod that I went and got, let's come in here, is University. There it is. So we have Lenin Technical University. I think that's, pretty nice. And then we have this small technical college, which is very similar. I guess this one's not the same, but I don't know if these are all by the same people. Nah, it's a little bit different, but I'd like to use this small technical college, right? And I'm thinking we could put it right in here. Now, if I spin this around, I think we might be better off with the footpaths like this, and then my ever so favorite helper to tell me how much things cost that I don't need is there. But the devs won't listen to me and get rid of that. Yeah, so I think we're going to get a small university going right there. Now, I would definitely like to get them to be able to walk to this university a little bit quicker. And I think we can go around this. This is a cargo station, and I really don't want to give up. So I wouldn't be able to walk like straight down here. Let's hop over to... Yeah, see, I think using this for me is almost worse. I know it's for hotkeys and not for clicking like I do, but anyway. Yeah, so I think we could get around it this way. We should probably actually put in the road maybe first. You know what? Let's let them finish this. Yeah, let's let them finish graveling this. I have them going around here. I would like to get this a lot better, right? Like, our people are working. They're going to have dirty feet going into the supermarket. We can't have that. Plus, it's taken them a long time. So, yeah, I don't want to build that until I build this. And then we could start getting this going, but we have these roads all going. So, yeah. But what I would like to do here is figure out how we can get these people into these stores and bust up this road, right? So that we don't interrupt them too much. So maybe we do want to put a footpath here for a few reasons, right? Like if I were to put a footpath at least down to here, then they could get into the technical college to work on it right away, right? Well, as soon as that road was done. Yeah, see, I can't come... Well, we could do this. Well, yeah, you know what? We could do this. And then that, right? Even though we just broke that into a separate construction project and I didn't really want to. And then we could do like that. And let's just get rid of these bits for a minute. And then I'm going to make that a single construction again. Should be able to come off of there. Yep. Right, so we'll commit to that, and then let's go back and commit to the footpaths. And the reason for doing all of this is that, like, I want there to at least be some possibility that people walk around here. Now, right, because if they can't, then we're going to be in trouble. So let's also, you know what, if they're attached here, let's do a few other things. Oops. You know what, let's go from like here to here, right? And then if they're attached to these, this guy, yeah, he can get attached there, right? So they're all attached. No, they're not attached here. Yeah, there's no, or they are attached in the back here. So all of these guys will be attached to the footpaths, which is great. Right, and then this is, yeah, these, that's a footpath there. So we can start building these footpaths. And then once they're all built, yeah, we'll do this, right? Make it a little easier for them anyway. And might as well do this, even though I know I'm making extra footpath projects. All right, cinema. Yeah, they only need to be attached on this side, right? Towards the, because they're not going to come walking in the other way. Right, so they should be able to get to all of that while we just demolish this road. And then what I was thinking is we can get rid of, we really don't need these road connections, so we could pave a lot of this in one shot. Now they are going to need to be able to get to the bus stop. So these guys can get to the bus stop that way. Ooh, can I get a... would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, now that's just a little bit too tight. Well, if we got rid of that footpath, we have this footpath. I could curve this one around, right? Yeah, then it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to let them get to the firehouse, too. Good, they can go real close to that sports. All right, so let's make sure our constructing guys, they're not constructing. Yeah, let's get working on some of this. I know this is a lot of footpath building, but... Alright, is that all the footpaths they can get to? Yeah, I think so. Alright, they can't get to this until they're done this, so we'll make sure they're working on this. So we're going to do a little bit of focusing, if you can't tell, on that. Now the other thing, let's get up here and get them working on these gravel paths or roads so that I can get our lumber thing going. And I think I want to like sort of take my time and we'll build up some lumber for this guy. Right? So we need 424 boards. And then what I was thinking I would do is come in here, right? And I think we're going to just kind of take this up to the maximum, which doesn't interfere. Yeah, say we'll take that down again, right? So this doesn't interfere with the total number that they have. Though, by the way, this is a good way to limit it if you didn't want to buy this many things. Like, for example, you can't select any less than 20, but if we say limit the amount here, we can go like this, right? So we'll stop buying as many of these things, right? So we're only going to buy like 0.88 or 0.32, which is 1%. So it should actually save us some money on electronic components and mechanical components. Now the problem with this is if the truck needs more, it may not be able to get them all. So we probably, let's take it up to like limit it a little bit, right? So that way, more than likely, we won't need that many of these components, but you don't want the truck pulling in and not filling up because they're not on demand and it, you know, like kind of a computer glitchy or, you know, just a coding choice, I guess you could call it. And that happens a lot with the rail construction offices. Be aware of that if you're doing rail construction. All right, so we have everything here under control, I hope, except for I want to reorganize this, right? And what I want to do is, since these people are closer, this is this one right here to the firehouse. I want them to also go to the firehouse in a relatively low quantity. Right? Is that enough? Let's go to 13%. We don't really need that many firemen, right? And we'll have them do the football field too. Very, very few, like 5%. Right, so most of them are still going to the platform, and they can do... Well, that's fine. So let's get rid of the fire station from here. We're going to get rid of the playground, football field. Right, they could still do the shopping center and the cinema, but what that will also let me do is add them going to the kindergarten. And I'm fine with 25%, right? And then these people here, I don't want them going to the kindergarten anymore. Yeah, and eventually what I'd like to do is try to get them just going to the school so that we get, because we're not getting enough teachers in here sometimes, and that's really concerning me. And so let's see, what are you doing? Yeah, you know what, we're even going to send this guy to say, take a few to the kindergarten too, to make up for the fact the other guy's not, right? Because this guy was doing 40, or whatever guy was doing 40% here, and he's not anymore. And then when this guy gets good to go, what we'll do is we'll put him on, or one of these houses, just on going to the university and the technical college, and the school and the technical college there, right? There. Now, this mod is, you know, you could certainly argue cheaty because it's a lot less expensive than a real university. So this is certainly the first mod that I've put in that's making the game a lot easier to get started. If you were being in vanilla, it's going to be a lot harder at that point for you than it is for me using this mod. And then somebody had made a comment, oh, why didn't you use a ton of mods? I didn't want to use a ton of mods in the very beginning because I realized that some of you may not want to use the mods. And even though you want to follow along, maybe you just want to play this map and do it your own way. And I didn't want you to have to load up and have like 10 million, 10 million mods that you would have to have in there. So the only mod you will have to have is this Large Construction Office 20, which is called Large Construction Office 20 Vehicles or something like that. Its name is pretty much as it said. So, and if you don't, I figure, well, it's not the end of the world if this one building doesn't pop in when you get the map save. But in the future, you'll have to, if I ever do another save drop, you will have to obviously have the right mods, or else you'll probably just get a message saying something about it being deleted. Okay, good. We got this building could actually start being worked on, and I would like to keep these guys as busy as heck. So what I think I'm going to do now, so we do need a road connection. And somebody had mentioned that you can't do construction on a building that has parking spaces if it has a road connection, right? Which would be all of the buildings you would hope that have parking spaces. I thought about that in the comment. I'm like, well, what building that had parking spaces wouldn't have a road connection, right? So for example, we should be able to assign this university without a road connection because it shouldn't have any parking spaces. But I couldn't assign this sawmill because it does have parking spaces. So that makes sense to a degree, even though, like if you can construct a university, why can't you construct them? I understand there's a coding thing probably behind it. So what I'm going to do for the next few minutes is just get all of these constructions done. I think I would like to add a vehicle or two to our repertoire here, just because I'm thinking that we could use them. And we got a few buildings coming up that we want to construct, and I'm thinking that it might be worth it just because, we're going to need these things eventually. If we get ourselves a proper tower crane, and I always like to go for the better one, right? And just because we have a proper tower crane, let's get an extra open haul, and we'll see what we need, after that. Like if I'm sitting here, I may buy something before I come back in the episode, but expect me to come back when something exciting happens. But other than that, I'm just going to try to get, as many of these footpaths done and whatnot as I can, so we can start improving the road out front. Right, this one's done, so we can. And I don't think this is going to have a major impact on people, but it's going to take a little while. I want to get that university going. Is this one done yet? No. But that's a long thing there, isn't it? You know what we could do? Let's take a look before I go off. Are we full here? Pretty much, yes. So you know what I want to do? I want to take... Oh, these have quarried stone in them. I don't know if that'll be a problem or not. We could wait till they're empty, but I want to cut down on the number of people here in general, because we're really kind of short on people. Let's take this down to like 7, like half, right? And then we'll take off. Now let's go down. I'm going to take 2 trucks off there. Look, this guy's empty. Go to here, right? Because that's just not going to hurt. If that gravel's full, we're just not using it, and we're just going to do a little extra micromanaging at that point. All right, so I'll wait for the next one to get empty. Is there a certain one that's being used? No, but you get the idea, right? So we'll take this down to 1/3 of the people, right? And then I think I also want. I don't think we need any more than 3 in these, right? Probably even less. Yeah, let's just do 2 people in each of the asphalt and concrete plants. A little extra micromanaging love. Right, okay, so this truck's getting emptied. So when this guy's emptied, I'll send him back to the construction off. Oh, I can't. That's fine. We'll leave him go. Yeah, I filled us up. But that's all right. We got an extra dumper for getting out to all these construction projects. How are we doing up here? Yep, we got another one we can get to. And I definitely want to get a building going, because see how I have, you know, some trucks sitting there empty? All right, we can do this and this. And that's what I'll do for the next, I don't know, however long it takes. Keep an eye on things. How's our kindergarten? Yeah, a little bit better, right? We got 6 people in there now. Good, we got keep ahead of the teaching. Hopefully we'll get to university. How is our... Let's just take a look at this year. How is our population doing? Oh, yeah, we're skyrocketing, which is good or bad, because that probably means... Yeah, this is not good. We got a lot of babies. Look at that, babies. Which is good. I mean, we need the babies, and they need to get older so we get more workers, but... All right, so we definitely need to make sure we're on top of teaching. And our productive age workers is going down, which you would expect because we don't have anybody who's really replacing them yet, right? So this is a natural dip. Our population's way up, but our workers is down until these babies become adults. All right, so I will plug away. I think we're doing pretty well, and I will see you in a few minutes. It's been a couple months in game, and here I am back again, but we got all our little footpaths done. We're working on our second phase of our technical college, which is good because we lost another teacher. But hopefully we'll get that going. And what I'd like to do now is start getting this road paved. And just to show you what else has happened, we did build our road cargo station here for our sawmill, and we're working on this road, getting that done. So we'll keep plugging away at that. And it's working out pretty well. I'm trying to keep dump trucks busy. We got, you know, last load here, so we got this road around the back done. But in light of that, what I would like to do, I think we'll be okay. A couple of people use this road, but I want to start out on this end. All right, let's let that guy get off the road, of course. And all right, if we delete to there, I was pretty sure I can put that back. All right, and then we can just as soon as possible make this a project. Now, when it comes to up here, what I think I'd like to do, all of these should be connected. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to get wherever they need to go out the back door. So I want to very carefully come here and delete. Yeah, these 2 connections. And we really don't need them, right? They just got put in when I was doing the initial construction. And what did I want to do? Oh, these people... Oh, that's a road. These people need to get to this bus stop, which they can do, but when I destroy that road, they won't be able to. So let's see. Can I just do like this? No. Let's try this a different way. All right, let's get this guy to turn. Some other infrastructure's in the way. Well, we can do this. All right. Right, does anybody else need to go there? No, because these people come out this way. And this is... Yeah, I don't know if it's temporary, but it's... There it is. So that should let us... Yeah, we'll have a problem with the gas station no matter what we do. And we're going to have a problem with this bus stop no matter what we do. But that should let us get, like, this part done, right? Like, we can hopefully not burn down the substation while we're doing this. And then, yeah, we could probably do this part right here. Yeah, if we, I don't know, would this would stay attached, wouldn't it? We might be able to do this whole stretch, but Yeah, and then this is the one I'm worried about this one an awful lot. And then the bus stop, yeah, that's a real problem. Can we get a road at the other side of that bus stop? That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, really? How about if I did this? No, it's not going to let me. Ooh, that's very interesting right there. Nah. I don't know if you saw that. It had that funny angle to it. Yeah, see, I don't think. Yeah, it's not going to let me attach to that. I think maybe our best bet will be a little bit shorter here. Yeah, I don't want to attach until we're ready to attach. No. Just a little bit off. To be better at like. No. Some other infrastructure's in the way, which really, when you think about it, doesn't make a lot of sense. If I can build this road, it's just not letting me put an intersection so close to that building. All right, maybe if we do it a little bit more of an angle. Too sharp a turn. Some other infrastructure's in the way. If we... Yeah, all right, I'm going to give up on that. We'll just have to... We may even just purchase that for the sake of not having too many problems. All right, well, how are we doing here? We're still building our university. Good. We're actually working on the next phase. And then this road's getting built. And people should still be able to get to the... Yeah, there's no teachers. That's just sort of an ongoing thing there. And there's just not many people getting to there. And then let's... yeah, these roads are still going. So... I guess we can... Do we have dumpers? Yeah, I've been sitting here waiting until we have dumpers. Now, these little projects do take away some of our people from doing the more critical projects, but we need to get these roads upgraded, I think. At least the gravel roads will help a little bit. I may be focusing on the wrong thing a bit, but, you know, I want to get... I really want to build this out of our own wood, just for the sake of pride. And there's so many trees, we should be able to build it from our own wood. And we need to get this university going. So these are sort of incidental projects to that whole thing, I guess you could say. So what I'll do is I'll keep this going. We'll get this done. I'll probably, you know, do the next step. We'll see. Let's see how... I want to come back at where we're either ready to fire up our university, which seems like it would be ready before our lumber would be. And, you know, but otherwise I'll just work on getting this done in the most logical way that I can, which will be probably to delete this. And, you know, I don't want to do too much at once, just so we stay focused. But let's get these people over to this bus stop a little more quickly. They can get out the back doors, right? Oh no, look. Ooh, this guy can get out here, but then he'd have to go. Well, this guy's not really going to the bus stop. Yeah, let's get this one. I thought I got them all done. And then, you know what? Just for the sake of... Wrong button. All right, we'll attach this guy out the back as well. Close my construction office. We didn't really probably need to do that, but it won't hurt, I don't think, either, to let him get a little bit closer to that bus stop. And we could maybe straighten this out and make it look better in the future. This is all about practicality. All right, so I'll see you guys in a few minutes, either when we're starting to teach students, and I don't think, like I said, I think the lumber's coming second to that. So I'll see you in a little bit. Our technical college is just about done, which means that because I started up recording, they'll probably all go take a lunch break. We only have 10 work days. Yeah, look, okay. we've been getting pretty good and steady workers here. So we'll see. The other thing, I got this completed, right? I don't think I'm even going to put those roads back in. This store, of course, eventually, not urgently, will need a road connection back if we ever stop doing that. And, oh, good, our college is done. So let's get right on top of that. And so this is where we still have 22 people, which is good. So I'm going to get rid of them going to the bus stop. And we're going to get, yeah, so 49 and 50%. Is that what we want? I would think we'd probably want a few more people in the school, right? Especially because we have a baby boom. So let's try like 60 and 38%. All right, so there we go. So that should start getting people. Yep, we already got 2 students waiting. Hopefully that'll get that going, right? So that we can get educated people. Now, how are we doing? I always like to look at the school periodically. We do have some older students, right? Which is not real good. Hopefully, education level 0. It's if you just hover over the people that are in school. Yeah, we're definitely struggling, but this should alleviate that, I hope, over time, and we'll keep an eye. You know, we have 22 right now. Hopefully that number will go up as far as the number of educated people we have now. So that's great. Oh, good. We got this road done, so we can do the next phase. Now, these roads, by the way, are definitely taking their toll on people's, what do you call it? Like the number of people we have to build these other things. So we're working on the sawmill. Here, let's go up there and look. So that for a while that was stagnated, but good. We got our second crane out there. I see that asphalt paver's coming back. So this guy just needs to get another truckload of people, and we'll have that connection done. And then here's our wood outposts, so we'll have to get those going. And so, but I'd like to keep going with this little road project in here. And yeah, I'm not sure. I guess the best thing, we'll just keep plugging along up this way for lack of a better thing to do. All right, so if I come in there and do that, and then this. Oops. All right, and then assign that. And I'll just keep plugging away with that. But, yeah, let's see. Did we get teachers in here? Yeah, good, great, actually, really. Because we could start, well, maybe not great, but better than nothing. So hopefully like I said, hopefully we'll see that number. It'll take quite a while in game, like a month or two, to really see the benefit of that. And then I'm a bit worried about this with the buses when we go to pave this. And I was thinking, you know what, I'm not even going to bother paving that little dirt stretch right there. And yeah, the gas station, we'll see. The connecting roads don't really matter as much as, like, they'll walk faster on this path if we come up to here than they would on a dirt road. So if we look, it's going to be kind of hard to tell, I think. At this, see the number of dots they have on the pathways themselves, a lot of dots, and then there's quite a few, but then there's not. I think they'll walk down. Well, let's see. You know, doesn't it tell us? Walking speed 75%, 60%. So it'll get them a little faster. And almost more important, any vehicles that are coming down that road can go a little bit faster. So yeah, eventually we'll pave it all. And so part of that, just so you know, like we'll kind of leave this, as long as it's functioning, the way it is. And then, you know, once we're ready to asphalt, we can asphalt and get fancier with this. But really just, this is sort of a side project because I'm waiting on this. Like I would be focusing on this if we were already making wood, but we're not. So our projects are dwindling down, which is okay because that means we'll start getting more people to the ones we are working on, and we'll get that done that much quicker. So, you know, let me just keep plugging away, and when we're ready to do the wood cutting post, you know, I will come back again. Sorry for the choppiness of the video, but I just think it's probably the best thing. You know, another thing we can start doing is paving this. All right, I say I'm going to go. I do that all the time, but all right, we'll just do it slowly. And again, takes away some of the effort from the focus, but it would be nice to get this all graveled up in the long run. I don't think it's going to hurt us, that's for sure. All right, so I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'm back again, up here at the lumber. We're getting close to done this, and I realized something I forgot. Oops. We don't have power up here, so we're going to have to do something kind of ASAP, right? So let's get a substation. Now, what I was thinking of is this substation, if we look here, this one has power. So I'd like to try to put this guy, you know, far enough away that it would cover that, but not much closer. Maybe we just put it right off the end of this road, just in case we ever put another sawmill out here, right? So we can have that there. Now, the other thing I'd like to do is put in a bus stop so that we can just come right here and drop off with one bus to both of these and kind of balance it out. So I think the thing to do then is use our substation measuring tool, right? If we put the bus stop right, let me hit shift, right in this area here, they should be able to get to both, right? If I zoom back out, see how they're 182, 197, 180, 190, like right there is probably like halfway, right? So right in this area. All right, so now let's come to roads and small bus platform. You know, close enough. I think they'll be able to get there. Ooh. All right, so then the next thing, let me delete this. Hopefully it doesn't crash the game. Nope. And then we're going to, that was the road for the, just going to make that a dirt road. And then we can get on it. Right, because now we have the ability to make wood, but we can't make wood. But we don't have too many other construction projects going on. I'll show you what those other things are. So let's go back to our electrical, and I think here we're just going to try to jam in an electrical connector over here, or like a substation. We can go over conveyors. Not a substation, a switch. Yeah, I got that confused in one of the videos. Yeah, like if I put it... Yeah, we could just put it like right here, right? Alright, let's just get it a dirt road. Because we can. Now this I'm just going to pay for, because I don't want to cut off their power for too long. Alright, so we're going to delete. Can I delete that? Yeah, good. Alright, so we're going to pay for this power. Yeah, okay, I got to delete that. Now you... Yeah, I'm thinking the best thing to do might be like this. Angle's too sharp. See if I bring this out a little bit, see how that lets us do that? All right, so the only, well, yeah, you know, we're just going to purchase that, right? So now they're back in power, and then we can come up here. Yeah, let's run it up to a little further out so that that angle has a chance of making it. I mean, it won't make it in one shot, but we'll, all right. Looks pretty good. All right, so we'll commit to that, and then we'll get them building on this. All right, and I think in the meantime, we're ready to go. So I don't know that we really need 3 things here, but we'll probably get them. Right, in the long run, that might be a bit overkill. And then we're going to need 2 more trucks, which I think we need to buy here. Oh, what are you doing in here? Okay, I'm not unhappy that you're there, because that's what I was going to buy 2 of. Right, open haul. Yeah, I completely forget why I have one of those there. So this guy, not that it really matters. Here, let's open both, and then we can close this. So the first guy's job is going to be to come from here and go to here, and you're going to wait for wood, and then you're going to unload wood, at this cargo station. And then this guy, I'm going to have just go right into there. Nobody else will be going in there, right? And he's going to take lumber from the sawmill there and unload lumber there. And it won't hurt to get them going. At least they'll be sitting there waiting whenever we do get people and this power completed. So that was a bit of an oversight on my part. Now, as far as the only other thing I did was I decided to build a couple roads right here. And, you know, I don't think it'll mess us up too much. And then I've just been kind of going around keeping people a little bit busy. Let's actually make it a project first. I don't think this will mess us up too bad, will it? All right, if we just do that one. Now, the other thing I was thinking of is we could probably get this going because the first phase needs a lot of concrete and gravel and a lot of work. So why don't we assign them to that, and we'll see if, you know, like we'll get the concrete and all over there, and we'll get it worked on the bottom part, and then I'll try to catch it when we, well, let's see where our wood is at that point, right? So hopefully we'll have built some, or got some wood going, and these things should go pretty quickly at this point, just because we're a little bit focused, right? We got a little distraction here, but, and then I think I'm just going to leave this section, because the buses are on it, I'm going to leave that go until things calm down. I think there'll come a time when, while this will always, I hope, be a hub of activity for our people, we'll have other towns, and, you know, like, I just don't want to cut off our people that much. Like, I'd rather get all this other construction done, and when I feel like we can just casually take care of this, we will. All right, so there we go. So we have a plan. Now, the next thing I think I want to do, besides keep a close eye on this so we're ready to go, is talk about what we're going to do over here, right? And the first thing I think I'd like to do is get all of this to be paved as far as we can, right? Just in preparation, since we have a few minutes. You know, there we go. Right, so that would be like one nice big project. And the more of this we pave, the vehicles don't use any, they seem to use the same amount of fuel. So we'll get paved up at least to this intersection, which is where I'm thinking of maybe we'll build a town and another construction office. It's kind of far enough away that we come here and get a construction office going. But in the meantime, what I would like to do is also just something like this. All right, let's get I just want to get a parallel road. And we'll just go kind of as far as we can. I don't know if there's a limit. Yep. All right, we'll just stay a little more parallel, right? And then just right, so that way, if we do, yeah, and I'm just going to make that like kind of as short as possible. All right, so we'll have a little tiny concrete or a graveling job right there. But then if we decide to build in one of the next episodes a construction office up this way, and then what I'm thinking of is by then we take a look at our money and we decide what we want to do as far as messing with the Lykovs. And I did finally read up on these people. Apparently it was a couple that decided to go off into the middle of nowhere and you know, like they do in Alaska type thing. I don't know. And I guess they did a documentary on them and they died of starvation, a couple of them. And so, yeah, so they wanted to get away from life, and I'm going to build a city right next to them, or at least a little town. And there's two different things that are going on here. If we take a look at our map, let's make this nice and big. Let's make sure our construction office, yeah, let's go get that. I think that road to the bus is done. Sorry to interrupt myself. No. Okay, what road number is that? 121. Okay, so when we see, what? Look, there's three road 121s. Yeah, I do wish at one point they would, everything's a road. So one of these is actually like the electrical connection and all. So whatever. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to come over here and look at these two hills. So here's going to be the debate at some point when we see how much money we have left. And here we are, like down here, right? So if we look, this is off to the right here is where our iron is on this hump. A little bit of a hump. I'm not sure how well that comes across there. And then on this hump here, we have the coal. So I'm staring right, at the coal right now. And then if I come down further, I'm staring right at the iron, right? So there's the iron, there's the coal. So we could talk about a steel mill and a steel mill start. Or we do a farming start and we really mess with the Lykovs. Because this is a nice, big, open, farming area as far as I'm concerned on both sides. Maybe we, just for the respect of the Lykovs, maybe we could stay here. And then would we do something like try to put a bakery maybe on the other side of the river? It's kind of far to get busing for these people. But obviously, once we got a farm going, we would definitely want to consider at least food and even alcohol and meat. We can get the things that crops let us get, and that's great for self-sufficiency. And at the same time, if we bite the bullet and can kind of afford it, if we were to get the steel mill going, even if we just had to purchase the coal and the iron to get started because we couldn't afford these, then we're really cutting down on the cost of constructing everything else. So that's really my debate at this point as far as all of that goes. Let's keep super close eye on this. I can see we're probably that 90%. Yeah, 92%. So let me select this, and then one more pause in the video, and I promise that'll be the last one. We'll get this assigned, and I'm probably going to do, because this is the weekend and I'm trying to get ahead for the work week on the episodes, I probably won't get your opinion before we decide, but we'll see. Let's see how the next episode goes, but expect us to be plugging our way across here, and then once we get this road paved up to here, by then we'll know how much money we have left and we can sort of make a decision. I went and looked. A farm is only 60,000 and it doesn't need any workers. But then if we were going to do, I didn't write down how much does a bakery cost. And when I say it costs, obviously it's going to be a little different for us. But food related, I didn't write down a food factory, not a bakery. Very carefully, I'm going to put this on auto build. 75. And I use that as just sort of a, even though we're going to be producing our own gravel, it's still going to cost us in this ballpark to get this thing built, right? So between these two, we could get a food factory going for 160, 170,000. Now, of course, we might need a city, so that's why, we could save a lot if we were to put the bakeries over here. Maybe do we build our first city over here or like an extension? That certainly would make sense. And then we have our bakery in this area, which puts us closer to exporting things, right? Or do we try to get all the way out to here with things? Now, another reason for building the construction and whatnot over here is that we're closer to the border, so anything that we import should be a little bit less expensive, right? Now, we're not that much closer to the border for the Soviet, but at least we're a lot closer for the NATO. So we'll see what happens. Oop, I went the wrong way. There's the NATO. Right. So that's what I'm thinking for the next episode and then the next steps. And we still have a lot of work to do to get there. So I'll be keeping an eye on our bridge. We're getting concrete and gravel out there, so we should be getting people there. And I'll keep a close eye on this, and we'll come back in a minute when we have this completed and this, and we're ready to get some people out here, and probably end it when we get our own lumber starting to build up, and come back sometime around, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Let me pause the video one more time. All right, see you guys in a minute. Well, our bus stop is almost done, and we have power up here. So I think I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to take these little orange buses. This guy's just about to pick up people. And where's the other little orange bus? This guy here. So let's whenever they get done their next stop, this guy may, well, he's done his next stop. Let's send him to here. All right, there we go. Make a U-turn, buddy. I don't know if you saw him right down there. And what I want to do is get this guy going from here to here, just for a short period of time. All right, and yep, load, unload. All right, why don't you just start out doing that for a minute, right? We'll get a few people up here making wood, because that's our issue. This guy doesn't have any workers in him anyway. Oh, no. Yeah, so you know what? You're going to go here. I don't know if he might have just dropped people off at our other road project there. So that cuts down the number of vehicles we have in here, which may or may not be good. And let's see, how close are we? We're starting to work on it. Now that will slow down the workers that get there, but at least we'll... No. All right, you're going to just have this guy stop for a minute. All right, so we'll get some workers building up our wood supply, right? We can hold 50 in here, at least if we get a few out there. Now, did this guy get some? Yeah, 2. Better than nothing, right? And we should probably talk about, do we need 30? Let's cut it down to 15, which is like half, right? And then the sawmill will cut in half, too. We'll take that down to 10. All right, so just, I don't know if that'll help with the number of total workers that we have or not, but we'll then, as soon as this gets done, we'll switch them over to that. Now, what I'd like to do, shrink these guys up, is let's go take a look while we're waiting. Maybe I'll leave this open. We could take a look and see how we're doing in our university. No professors. Now, how are the students? 0.92, right? Let's, even more importantly, oh, look, good. We got 27 educated, university-educated people. That's great. Now, let's see. Can we find them? 0, 0, 1. Now, what I want to do is relocate the educated people into this house, right? Now, why does it say only 21? We don't have any other houses that I'm aware of. Huh. It's a little weird. Well, I'll keep an eye. When they pop in here, I'll probably start putting them into here so they go to work there. So, yeah, why does it say... Yeah, I don't really understand that, but... Well, the good news is the number seems to be going up no matter where they're at. All right, do we have teachers in here? Yeah, good. So, hopefully we'll be able to build that up enough that... Yeah, that we'll be able to build that up. Now, one more thing. After this gets done, I don't want to take away from the bus platform there. Let's, you know what, real quick. Yeah, people are happy. You know, some of them have sickness. Yeah, eventually we'll have to get a hospital, but for now, you know, we're just going to live without it. They got a good average lifespan, and all the houses are happy. And, you know, we could use more people. But another thing that we need to watch out for is, you know, we're going to have, here, let's do this year, right? If we look, there's our workers still going down. There's our baby birth rate went down, but we have that big bump back there. And then look at this. So we should have quite a few workers coming online. So one of the things I'm going to do pretty shortly, like I said, when this bus platform gets done, why are we not building the bus platform? Is there a particular hold up here? We don't have any steel framing. Why don't we have steel framing? Oh, this guy's just getting it. That's why. All right, so maybe we just switched. That should be the last phase, right? Yeah. So we'll get the steel framing done there. And then let's go take a look at how we're doing here. So we got 700 work days left on this. And then I don't know how many phases this will have, but I'm going to try to build up as many boards as we can. And I did change this in the beginning, right? Yeah, so this, you know, we can build up to 264 lumber, plus we could have lumber built up into here, just so we, you know, to kind of prevent us from buying much of it. Now, of course, you know, the other thing to do could be, yeah, let's when it comes to the boards, right, approved. So we're no longer buying boards at this point. And I don't think we don't really have any other construction projects going. So, yeah, that would sort of, I don't even know if I need to cancel this now, right? We could just, whatever boards we have in here, we'll just keep using and keep plugging away at that bridge. And I know that'll be a little bit more costly, and it's probably you certainly could argue that that's not the best way to do it. There we go. We got the steel. So now we need some workers. And how are we doing here? Oh, good. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to put in some trees. And I like to use these Acacia just because they kind of stand out from the others. Many, many trees. Trees on the roads, trees everywhere. I think we'll probably be able to put trees down into here. These don't take that long to grow, and there should be plenty to keep them busy in the meantime, but there we go. Radomir should be proud of me with all the extra trees. There we go. Good. All right, so how are we doing? Good. We're plowing ahead with this. So let's get ready. And we should probably, well, I don't know if it matters if we space these guys out that much. Did we get some actual wood built up? Yeah, this is good. Yeah, that was not the worst thing to do, right? We got wood in here. You know, we kind of primed the system. Like I said, a little extra micromanagey there, but it's kind of okay, in my opinion. Yeah, so this guy's back and forth with wood already, so hopefully we can maintain some semblance. Now the other question is, you know what, they have 12 workers. Now here's another question. Can we maybe we leave it like this? And that bus stop was a waste, right? Because yeah, it would reach there, wouldn't it? All right, so the concrete, I mean, we're not really using that much. Our gravel is fine. I did keep an eye on that. So yeah, the next busload of people, you know what, I even had a little road. Yeah, let's get this bus platform done first. Even though now I'm thinking we might not have needed that. These two little buses going up here for now. All right, well, we'll keep building it. Let's. All right, get that going. Because why not? Yeah, I'm wondering if we don't just leave it alone. I think I'm going to just leave it alone. I mean, it seems to be working fine. Right? Do we have how much wood? As soon as we get another busload of people, there goes some right there. And that looks like it's going to be, like, in other words, rather than using these little buses and split them in half. All right, well, we may have just wasted a couple bucks. All right, there we go. Look, we got 10 workers. We're producing lumber. All right, and I don't know if we'll need... Yeah, this guy seems to be kind of staying ahead of it, right? I mean, he's... You know, it's in the ballpark of staying ahead of it, and I don't know how it'll work out as far as just long-term balancing with just the two trucks back and forth, but there we go. We're getting our first load of lumber into the yard. Now, how are we doing over here? Yeah, we're getting down to 500, so hopefully we'll be able to build up a good amount of lumber so that this project can keep going. And we're not purchasing lumber anymore. And I think a long time ago I stopped us from purchasing gravel, so we're self-sufficient on 2 of our needs. And there you go. So I'm going to let some time play forward. Now that that is done here, I think one last thing. You guys can watch me. I do want to build one more of these buildings so that when we get that baby boom going, we could, because as much as we need money, we also could use more people, right? We're doing okay for now, but I don't want to get into a situation where I have plus 21. So we'll build another one of these houses, and that should help, if we do get close to having plus 21s, which, we're going to have that boom. And that'll happen until you get bigger, so don't panic if it ever happens to you. The birth rate goes up and down, and depends on the age of the people, and you kind of want to make sure you just sort of want to even it out as much as possible, and it tends to in the long run, but not until you get a few cities going and stuff. So, all right, well, there we go. We got people, we've got lumber, and I will come back and let you know how it's going. Like I said, I'll let some time play forward until we get, at least more of this bridge completed, and hopefully we can, like I said, not pay for too much of the lumber. Right. Good luck. We already have 26 out of 260 that we can hold in there. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And like I said, I may not get to your comments before I look at the next episode, but I'd always appreciate them. Thanks for all your likes and subscriptions. The premiere went really well, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.